warned from the beginning by our forefathers and ancestors. The prophets of old sowed seeds of righteousness and conveyed that the unrighteousness would come and overtake many. Yeah, just to name a few. When you look at me, you think you see man, but what you really see, you clearly don't understand. Incarnated in a flesh and blood body, my spirit and soul you treat like a busybody. You experience my love, but you don't know what to think. 60 seconds later, I'm watching your head shrink. I'm set apart and righteous, but I don't need to say it. Keep listening to my music, but don't just play it. Like the prophets of old, I speak the very same. Warning of what's to come, you have only yourself to blame. You think that Noah was a fable, but the Ark of the Covenant is real. So you see what they've done, it's time for you to peel. The Exodus isn't about leaving one location for another. It's about leaving the mindset of unrighteousness and start loving your brother. You can choose to ignore everything I've said. I've left the matrix of evil, so I'll be looking at the back of your head. You said a whole lot without being too wordy. Truth sets things straight without an attorney. No lie or falsity can escape the truth. All we must do is provide a righteous proof. The source of righteousness, Yahuah puts in check. Hence the order of Melchizedek. The heart of man is wicked, trying to circumvent truth, which is why the evidence and receipts provide the required proof. Talk dirty, talk dirty. Keep spitting the words, not being wordy. Talk dirty, talk dirty, talk dirty. Yahuah's truth rules over all man's clergy. Talk dirty, talk dirty. Righteousness prevails to those who believe. Talk dirty, talk dirty, talk dirty. In spirit and in truth, one can now conceive. The ways of man are full of jealousy, envy, and pride. When addressed with proof and clarity, all they do is go run and hide. They built and filled church buildings, established on faulty foundations. Now they become empty cause it was all an abomination. The instructions of Torah have always been in full play. The righteous know because the spirit of the righteousness will stay. Religions and traditions of men who erected pagan idols, their mouths must be stopped with truth as their bridle. Now I may look like a man, but I'm so much more. You just haven't realized because you tend to ignore. Instead of hiding behind fig leaf falsities, let's even the score. Divide truth will have you in derision and laying on the floor. Deep in the pages of the scriptures we ought to study and explore. For within the truth thereof, our spiritual body will be restored. Now you can't buy the truth at the grocery store, but when you open your heart, you've opened the door. You said a whole lot without being too wordy. Truth sets me straight without an attorney. No lie or falsity can escape the truth. All we must do is provide righteous proof. The source of righteousness, Yahuah puts in check. Hence the order of Melchizedek. The heart of man is wicked, trying to circumvent truth, which is by the evidence and receipts provide the required proof. Talk dirty, talk dirty. Keep spitting the words, not being wordy. Talk dirty, talk dirty, talk dirty. Yahuah's truth rules over all man's clergy. Talk dirty, talk dirty. Righteousness prevails to those who believe. Talk dirty, talk dirty, talk dirty. In spirit and in truth, one can now conceive. You see Abraham and Sarah on about man's fable. The truth of the matter, they brought truth to the table. The covenant of Abraham is to preserve Yahuah's righteousness due to time not of Moedines and his divine graciousness. The rye within I was barren without Yahuah's truth. Governed by Abraham became Sarah, but no longer a youth. Sarah birthed Isaac that would carry the seed of truth. Isaac he got Jacob, of whom Yahuah becomes the living proof. I'm not understanding the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. The nations do the same thing in the wiles of evil and horror. When understanding the truth about scriptural fornication, you'll stop judging others on their natural orientation, while judging others looking at the speck in their eye. Each patient is done wickedly making all the remnant cry. Nations drink the wine of their fornication, leaders with no spine. Yahuah says, vengeance is mine. You said check. Hence the order of Melchizedek. The heart of man is wicked, trying to circumvent truth, which is why the evidence in we see provide the required food.